for tuning into my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to take you through business plan. I'm going to start by defining what is a business plan. Business plan is just the guidelines used by an entrepreneur or a founder of a new business or existing business to achieve its strategic goals, be it medium goals, be it short-term goals, be it a long-term goals. The business plan will guide him to reach the strategic goals. As we know that generally business plan is used by very many people, if not 100%, then 90% use internationally. Very many people run business. They use business plans before starting any kind of a business. One of the examples of a business plan for those who are running big business like cooperative, limited liability companies, etc., is to persuade the external financial institution to fund you or to fund the project. It also helps an entrepreneur to obtain its strategic goals, as I said before, or objectives. So, after that, we are going to the format of business plan. Anybody is encouraged to follow the format I'm going to discuss with you step by step of a business plan. We have 8 stages or format to follow writing business plan or best business plan. Number 1, we have what we call executive summary. Number 2, we have what we call description of the business. Number 3, we have what we call key personnel and their roles. Number 4, we have what we call market and marketing plan. Number 5, we have operation and production plan. Number 6, we have HR plan, that is human resource plan. Number 7, we have capital resource plan. Finally, we have financial plan. I'm going to discuss one by one into details. But what you must know that there are procedural steps to follow. You can't start by number 1, then go to number 5. You must explain step by step. I'm going to explain why I'm saying this. In number 1 executive summary, when writing a business plan, your number 1 first paragraph should be executive summary. Executive summary, it covers all main points, and even it convinces a reader, the first person who is reading this, to continue reading or to have that interest in reading. Why am I saying this? This is because it covers everything from number 2 to number 8. These 7 points are summarized in the executive summary. A good executive summary, when you read it for the first time, you'll understand whatever is going to be discussed, everything here, because it covers everything as I said before. So, that is number 1, the first paragraph. Number 2, we have what we call description of the business. Under description of the business, we have very many things to consider here. I'm going to explain them into details. Talk about business idea and how that business idea was arrived at. You are the person planning for this business idea. You told us that you got this business idea as a gap in an area. You told us about the area that we talked about executive summary, the location, the time. You talked about the name of the business. You talked about the mission and the objective. You talked about the personnel and their roles, etc. in the executive summary. Now we want to get whatever you are saying here, whether it's true, to convince the marker, if in case it's an examiner, but to convince the external financial institution to project you, if it is true. So you need to be very, very realistic when saying this. Under this description of the business, talk about the business idea, as I said before, and how you arrived at it. Prove to us, why are you saying that is a gap? Yes, we know those locations. Why are you saying that is a gap? You talk about selling of water, clean water in an area where there is a very arid area. There is insufficient supply of water. Is that location known for that? Are you saying the truth? How much are you going to start it? Number 2, under description, talk about the mission and objective of your business. The mission and objective of your business should be very realistic and achievable. Like, for example, we talk about, after starting that distribution of water, clean water, for example, to that arid area, say that in a duration of 1 year, that is a short-term period, in a duration of 1 year, yes, you told us that you started with 20,000 as a capital. It was there, assume so. So that's an example. In a duration of 1 year, then you are telling us that you look forward, or you are looking forward to earn 20 billion profit. That is not. That is unrealistic. A marker will just assume until you go redo whatever you are supposed to do. What about for somebody who is doing business? External financial institution will reject the proposal, your business plan, because you are lying. How can you make 20 billion out of 20,000 for a duration of 1 year? So you must be realistic and achievable. If you talked about 20,000 as an example, talk about of making a profit of also 10,000 in a year, of around 30,000, 40,000 in a year. That is, yes, achievable. Talk about 50,000, achievable. Somebody will understand whatever you say, and will have an interest of reading it. Under the same mission and objective, if you are talking about short-term, after talking about short-term goals, talk about the middle-term goals. If short-term is a duration of 1 year, then let middle-term be somehow duration of 2 years, or it depends on the capital you started with the business. It depends on the form of business unit you chose. Is it a sole proprietorship? Is it a partnership? For the limited liability company, those with formal procedures to be followed, you can talk about the profit of 20 billion. It's okay, because it's a very, 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 it means that your capital is huge. Your capital is huge. So, under the name of the business, ensure that the name of the business rhymes with what the business does. For example, you are running a restaurant. The name of the business can be Tamu Delicious. That means delicious. You see, yes, the food it can be said, can be termed as a delicious food. Don't mistake by saying that you are selling mutumba business or a maternity dresses. Then you are talking about the delicious as a name of the business. That is very wrong. And a marker will just say that this person has cooked it somewhere else from the internet and just change the name. And that is very wrong. You don't understand what you're doing. So the name of your business should rhyme or should go with what your business does. What your business idea does. I think you understand it better there. It's very, very sensitive. Number 3, we have key personnel and their roles. Under the key personnel and their roles, talk about the qualified personnel and the different positions they are qualified to. I'm just going back to what we were saying about the restaurant. Maybe your idea was restaurant, running a restaurant only. Talk about the cooks. Cooks, how are they qualified? Are they graduates from different institutions like Italy? If you're talking about the waitress, are they qualified? Talking about the cashiers, are they qualified cashiers from different institutions? Are they accountant? Are they skilled accountants? Talk about them. Talk about all of the key personnel and their roles. This will help somebody who is planning to run a business to convince the external financial institutions to give you loan as you requested them, because they see that this business idea is going to work, because the person is going to employ or to employ qualified personnel in different positions, which will automatically lead to the income, like you get profit because you're dealing with people who knows what to do. When talking about number 4, we talk about market and marketing plans. Under market and marketing plans, talk about the customer satisfaction. Market and marketing plans, it's all about customers. What are your customers in your business idea? What will be your customers? You are sending maternity clothes. What are your specific customers in that area? They are mothers to be, expecting mothers. Because not everybody is pregnant or everybody will wear these maternity dresses. So specify who are they. Just specify how many. Have you done the research to know how many people are expecting in that area that make you to come up with that an idea? Is it that you are going to be a monopoly? You're the only person who is going to sell that thing. Or why did you came up with that one? Try to convince somebody, try to convince external financing to help you fund your project. Talk about the formulation of marketing strategies, about the feedback. How will these your customers, are they satisfied? How will you know that their needs are being satisfied with your performance and your work towards them? You are supplying a mayai, for instance, to different shops. How will you know that these customers are satisfied? Talk about the timely delivery. Talk about the quality goods and services provided. Here in under the market and marketing plan, you need to know about these 4 stages or steps. As an entrepreneur with an idea, look at these steps under the market and marketing plan. Review first of all, where are you right now? Ask yourself, where am I right now as an entrepreneur? Then objectives. Where do you want to be in the next few days? Set yourself. In the next few months, where do you want to be? Strategy. That's the 3rd stage. You must look under the marketing plan and market. How will we reach there where we want to go? Or how will I reach there? Then plan, finally plan. Talk about the plan. How will you put these strategies into actions? Will you apply promotional activities? Maybe you are the monopoly there, or you are the person. This product is new. You must promote because you must create awareness for some people. Try to tell us about the promotional activities. How you're going to employ people to promote for you. Convince somebody who is going to fund you to understand it deeply. Number 5, talk about the operation and production plan. Under the operation and production plan, talk about how are these goods or services how will they be manufactured or provided? If it's a service, how will it be provided? If it's a good, how will it be manufactured and where? Will there be a timely delivery? The quality of goods provided or distributed to your customers? Try to convince us try to convince customer or to convince this external financer to finance you. Tell him or tell them how are you going to convince customers to come from those competitors to come to your new business. With this, financial institution will just loan you because they will automatically assume that your project is going to work. Then let us talk about number 7, that is HR plan. Under HR plan, as we all know that people are the most important resource in any form form of a business. Be it a partnership, be it a limited liability company, be it a cooperative, be it a sole proprietorship. Apart from entrepreneur directors or those people who came up with the business idea, employees are very, very much important resource in business plan or in any entrepreneur or in any business, running business, I mean. Without qualified or good or skilled, I mean, employees, then the business automatically is. Under HR, they talk about the authority, who to report to who. Talk about how many employees do you want that will you employ, and when are you going to employ this number of employees? How about the salary, cost of employment? Talk about the authority, who to report to who. Talk about the bonus. Talk about the overtime. Talk about the time. Is it for full-time or part-time? You see, talk about the pension. Talk about the allowances. Under the HR, where we are talking about the cost of employment. Under the cost of employment, I want to tell you something under the cost of employment. Don't just talk about the salary that person is going to get as an employee. Not for you not to interfere with the budget. Talk about the national insurance and the exact amount you're going to pay. Talk about the office space. Talk about the desk or chair. How many employees are you going to employ? If one employee is equals to one chair, that is equals to 200. How about 10? Not to confuse somebody about the budget. Talk about the stationery. Talk about the telephone. Talk about the lunch break or the tea break. Talk about the holidays. Talk about the sickness. Talk about the bonus. Appreciation. When to give those appreciation. So try your level best, not just to write the general salary. Because somebody is going to fund you, will assume that you're just keeping it. Try to say step by step. I'm going to use, talk about the rent, talk about everything you're going to use there. Talk about everything that employee is going to gain from you. You're going to pay. The sickness, the holiday, you see, the lunch. Just say everything about the bonus, overtime working, you see. Try to indicate everything to budget for so that you can convince the financial to help you getting that loan for that project. After HR, number 7, the capital resource plan. Under the capital resource plan is very, very important also here. All it does is just to plan appropriately as an entrepreneur or somebody who is writing the business plan. Planning appropriately, what do I mean by planning appropriately? When you're writing about the business plan, and here you already told us about that, which form is it? For example, the sole proprietor, you're the only person running it. Sole proprietor, a business owned by one person. So, about capital resource, talk about how you're going to use them, how much the capital you want, and how are you going to divide this capital to you ensure that you convince that financier to give you something about the capital resource. Just plan with him or those institutions. Say everything about it. Like you are a sole proprietor. Don't tell us that you're going to rent a house for what 10,000, and you told us before that in the somebody that is you're going to use 20,000 as a capital, starting capital. No, you're telling us that 10,000 is only for house rent. What about the rest of the things? So, as a sole proprietor, just tell us that I came up with this business idea of supplying mayai in different shops. I saw it wisely because I never had enough capital to even rent the house. So I saw it why I asked my dad to give me one of the rooms in our compound. I started running my business there. So anybody who wants my eye will call me through my mobile phone. Then I deliver. Talk about the reality. Say that because I'm a student, I just got a help loan worth 50,000 is what I started the business with. Talk about the borrowing from the family members. Talk about the parents. Talk about the friends. Tell us where you're getting this money. Never tell us that you're a student, you don't have a job, then you are going to start a business of 20 million. That is a cancellation from the executive summary. I know you are understanding whatever I'm saying. Be realistic. So here, in capital resource plan, I'm trying to say that it depends on the form of business you chose. As a proprietor, let's say that you are going to start it in your father's compound because you lack that rent to help you. You see. Talk about that. As I'm going to start it, I'm a man, so I'll use my dad's motorcycle. I repaired my dad's motorcycle using 5,000 from that capital to say, and that is what I used to distribute my yai to different shops. What about middle term goals? Talk about buying a motorbike, because after middle term goals, that's around a year or after 1 year. You got a very huge market. You went even ask for tenders from different secondary schools surrounding you. So that made you even to have that money to buy motorcycle, second-hand motorcycle. I mean second-hand, because you started the short term. You started with you started with the bicycle. Now medium, because you went around and asked for the tenders from different high schools, secondary schools around you, then it made you to have the motorcycle. That is very realistic, and somebody will understand it, whatever you're saying. You see. Then finally talk about the financial plan. Under the financial plan, this is where we have a lot of cases. Tell us how you planned with your money, of which we've talked about them here. Now, this is something like you summarize whatever you said in everything also. You conclude, I mean. Under financial plan, produce a fully costed plan for your business. Talk about how many employees did you employ? How much per person? Write somewhere. So in here is where we are going to talk about the profit and loss account. You draw the profit and loss account. You try to describe on how the money was behaving, like how you used the money, the sales, the purchases you made, the closing stock, the opening stock. Talk about the expenses. Then come out with the gross profit. You see, that's very convincing. Under the financial plan also is where you're going to use to talk about the cash flows. Cash flows, what enters, what will enter and goes out of your business idea as you plan. The income and the expenses, talk about them. And these things, you're supposed to do them monthly, every month, to see on how your business is doing. That is when you've already started the business running now. It's advisable for any business person outside there to do this every month to see where are you going at a loss, are you running at a profit. If you are running at a loss, then cancellation of the project or revision of whatever you did before. Did you employ unqualified personnel? Did you just put people? Did you employ extra number of people, which will give you a lot of expenses that is greater than income that will lead to cancellation of your project? So you need to do the correction. If you employ extra number of people, then reduce. You see, if you went to a very big rental house, expensive one, then go to small one because maybe you can run at a loss. And it's also advisable when you start a business for new people, a new entrepreneur, when you identify your business and start a business, it's advisable you run it like 2 to 3 years minus rentals. If possible, if you can have your dad's compound, like, or somewhere just full, before you go to rental houses, before you start, you reach in that break-even point, you're supposed to look it wisely. Then after the cash flows, it is balance sheet. In balance sheet is where you're going to look for the assets, your assets, the capital, the loans, the creditors. You're going to look the liabilities of your business plan and everything. That's where you're going to look. Where will you, as a business, as an entrepreneur who wants to come up with a new business, where are you going to receive or to get these loans to start a business? Tell us there. Tell us that you went and you borrowed loan from banks, you see, but it's only applied for limited liability companies and cooperatives and somehow partnership, but very few. So we talk about where did you get this money to start, or where are you planning to get this money to start a business? Tell us your business plan. Talk about the break-even point. The break-even point is whereby tell us how many sales or how level of sales are you going to make before? Are you planning to make before starting realizing the profit? Because break-even point is the point whereby a business starts realizing profit. So tell us as an entrepreneur, how do you plan? Is it after 6 months is where you be patient enough to start realizing profit? Is this after a month? Tell us where will you, at what time will you want to start realizing what's called profit? Then we have sensitivity analysis. Sensitivity analysis. Impact of buyer sales turnover, like maybe the increase in material cost of materials or production. You never knew, so you must be in sensitivity analysis. You must consider what if. Like for example, you start a business of idea of selling jackets in July, as you all know that July is very cold, and then abruptly. Because of natural things like weather just changed, and in the middle of July, that is 15th July, around 15th July, you start realizing the hot season, and you already supplied enough stock that is for jackets for the whole month. You use a lot of capital, thinking that you're going to get certain profit. Then abruptly, on the 15th, things changed and the weather became very hot. Who will buy it now? The demand will automatically push down or pull down. Then, so in sensitivity analysis, in short, you must say, what if? What if this thing happened? Yes, I'm 100% that this thing will happen, but what if? Because future is uncertain. You see. So under financial plan, we have a lot to do. You must calculate for us about the profit and loss account as I said before. You must talk about the balance sheet, what enters and what leaves. You must talk about the cash flows. That formula of cash flows, you must do it. You must tell us about the sensitivity, the break-even point, etc. I've tried to summarize everything here. For those who are watching to the end, kindly, if you're writing a business plan, do whatever I've just taught you. Procedural way from number 1 to the last one. Try to be sincere. Try to be realistic. Try to be achievable.